the wrong story. Run, run, run.
It is fun, especially when you speak truth that no other show will give you the same way that Cole and I will. This portion brought to you by the new podcast called Speaking Our Truth with Snowman and the Ice Queen. We explore the different truths of life and sports is involved, but we want to help heal the world by our discussion of mental illness. Coming soon to a podcast outlet near you. Our first taping is March 11th. Now, can I speak some truth here when it comes to the MVP conversation?
No, do like every other sports vehicle and lie.
Well, I can't do that.
No,
I
go
ain't
ahead.
gonna do that.
Go ahead and cook, bro.
Joel Embiid, your MVP campaign is over.
No, don't disappoint the Eastern Seaboard with that. New York wants him to be the MVP this year. Oh, all right. So, who are the candidates that would bump him off of being at the MVP pinnacle come the spring of 2022?
How about a teammate of his, James Harden? Mm-hmm. They'll pay no attention to Jokic. They'll pay no attention to Curry. They'll pay no attention to John Morant. They'll pay no attention to DeMar DeRozan. And Embiid has effectively been eliminated by his teammate.
You know how you made me laugh almost incessantly the last segment?
Mhm.
Now you have just made me ill.
I'm sorry. Truth tends to do that to people, myself included.
That is absolutely sickening, and I can't even disagree one single syllable in your saying that.
I said it Thursday. I said it Friday. I'm doubling down today.
But you're going to have a lot of people who are going to push back and say, "Well, did you see how the Sixers played this weekend? I mean,
And
you had
and the reason I'm supposed to give 2/5 of a damn.
they would come back and say, "Well, Embiid scored 30 points in each of those games." Although they will skip the fact and gloss over the fact that the two wins and they had were road games in Minneapolis and in MSG. Now, last I checked, the Timberwolves wasn't, I won't say a bad team, but they weren't a great team. And the Knicks, they're not 2021's Knicks.
Mm-mm.
They're a team too. So, um,
Did I
yeah,
lie
I just,
anywhere?
all right. Here's why I believe,
That's my question. Did I lie anywhere?
no. And here's why I believe you're correct. When you have okay, when you have someone like Harden who demands the ball, who demands all of the attention, who demands
I got a full
to be
screen.
the guy.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a guy who demands to be the man and demands to have the ball all the time, he is uber ball dominant. When
Mm-hmm.
you have that and you have a talent who is dependent on someone who is ball dominant to not be so ball dominant all the time,
Mm-hmm.
that is when you're going to run into issues and problems with somebody being an MVP candidate slash winner, because you will lessen the opportunities for him to be effective in the offensive end. And because of that, and I'm not saying this is an Embiid problem. This is problematic for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not cooking as much in the offensive end, you're not going to be so apt to play good defense on the other end because you're upset at your teammate who's supposed to acquiesce to you, and he's not.
Well, you said it best, my friend. Swapping problems. You had one point guard who didn't shoot at all, and now you got another supposed point guard who shoots too damn much. And I said this last week. I will say it this week. James Harden is going to cost Joel Embiid not just an MVP candidacy, but a possible trip to the finals.
Now, I don't give a crap about the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I care about. I
Yeah.
think he's going to severely hurt Embiid's chances of appearing in the finals for the first time in his career this year.
And I said it last week. I will say it again. And those of you who are subscribed to my YouTube channel, Snowman in the Morning 50, this is the clip that I said. Quote, if I were Joel Embiid, I'd run like hell. I'd run like hell. Knowing you have a ball dominant person in James Harden who wants to shoot all the time. And here is my other reason why I say James Harden will ruin Joel Embiid's candidacy for MVP and a possible trip to the World Championship Series. In the 2 games that James Harden has played with Philadelphia, what have fans concentrated on?
Unfortunately, Nick. Well, other than we can't wait for March 10th. That's when the Nets will visit Philly. It's that, and it's wow. Do you believe how well James Harden is playing these last 2 games?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah. Embiid scored 37.
Think they care? Think they care? Because if you look at all of social media and all of the posting that NBA has done, Harden got 2 triple doubles. Now, why are fans and constituents alike so enamored with Harden producing again in Philadelphia? And oh, by the way, Harden's still not in game shape. Harden is still not in game shape. And I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback from that, but I'm at the point where I really don't care. I like speaking truth. I like bringing it. And here's where I bring it. Harden's not in game shape. The triple doubles are going to be so enamoring for people to look at that they're going to gloss right over Joel Embiid. Hell, they've done it twice already. And Joel's MVP bid is over, and his season will end at the top of May. And it's all James Harden's fault.
Well, according to Stephen A. Smith, you were correct.
Oh, God.
But
I am?
But he says that the team that would unseat them will be the Nets.
Okay. Can I drop another bomb? Please?
Please, sir.
The team that will, he says, quote, the team that will unseat Philadelphia will be the Nets. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
No.
You sound so certain with that answer.
Hell to the no.
You sound so certain with that answer, sir.
You damn right I'm certain. You damn right I'm certain. Because unlike this Philadelphia stand that attacked me over the weekend saying, did you see the games? Did you see what Joel Embiid did? Yeah, I saw the games. I saw what Joel Embiid did. Unfortunately, you didn't, you dumbass,
Mm.
because your statement was, quote, so far, Philly has won the trade with James Harden and Ben Simmons, close quote. You glossed right over Embiid, you dummy. And yeah, I'm name calling today because I'm hot. So I will say forgive me well in advance. We're in the business of opinion,
Hmm.
but Cole and I are in the business of telling truth and coupling it with facts. And the facts are these. Everybody is looking at James Harden's triple double. Never mind the fact that Joel Embiid dropped 37 points. They're looking at the assist from Harden that set up Embiid.
Yeah.
Now, stop me if you've heard this one, or stop me if I'm telling a fib. They're going to look more at Harden than Embiid. Watch. Watch. They're going to look more at Harden than Embiid. Embiid has busted his ass to be one of the best players in the NBA this year, and his progress just got usurped from him. Let me say that again, Sixer stands. Joel Embiid's progress to be one of the best big men in the NBA, which had me believing in him, just got usurped by James Harden.
And I was about to eat breakfast. Mm.
Did I lie anywhere?
No. Okay. For those who think that Brian here has an axe to grind, here's why I will say that you're wrong. Just look at the pattern of James Harden, starting with his exit from Oklahoma City into Houston. He wanted to be the number one man. He became that. And any person who came close to threatening his alpha male status or stature was summarily dismissed. Ask Dwight,
Mm-hmm.
ask Dwight Howard, ask Chris Paul, ask Russell Westbrook, and heck, you could even ask Kevin McHale.
Kevin
And
McHale was the start of the crumbling of that mountain.
yeah, so any presence that threatened James Harden being the unquestioned centerpiece of the franchise had to go. And
Mm-hmm.
he chased four of them away. And that's just the big names. I don't even have to go with the smaller names. Just the four names I just mentioned. He's
Mm-hmm.
chased them away. And begged the other and begged two of the four, begged Westbrook to come on the team and begged Paul to get on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, and he tries to make the best of it. And that's the way I approach it. That's the way I see it, because he didn't really want to be there, but he's like, okay, I'm a baller, I'm a hooper. I'm going to do my best to make it there, and this team has potential to be a championship quality team. Then he sniffed how much of a drama queen Uncle Awa was. The woke
The
people's
woke
champion.
people's champion.
And, I mean,
And that one's my favorite. I love that one, the woke people's champion.
I knew you'd love. As soon as I created that one, I knew you'd like that one. So
Mm-hmm.
realized how much drama Kyrie drew.
Yep.
Because to me, he's boys with Durant, so I know he has no issues with Durant. He
Not
saw that
yet.
he saw that train wreck and said, "I got to get on the first thing smoking. Oh, my hamstring! Oh, I can't play no more."
Dear God.
And so he got on the first thing smoking out of Brooklyn. Bye bye Jay-Z land. Hello Philly, where now he can poison a third team, because he didn't have a chance to poison his original team all that much.
Mm-mm. No.
And now we're at a situation where the Sixers already played two games, and the focal point is the guy they traded for,
Mm-hmm.
not the guy who's established. That's a problem. And
But do you think current NBA fan will figure this out?
no,
No.
and I know how this will be framed in national media too. They'd say, well, the reason why Embiid is going to actually be more assisted in getting the MVP is he now has the best number two he's ever had. He has the best Robin he's ever had. Well, let me give you a pointer and a clue as to how that's problematic. James Harden does not want to be anybody's Robin.
Mm-hmm.
He still thinks, even in the beginning of his twilight, that he's Batman. And he
Mm-hmm.
wants top billing, and he's going to do everything he can to get top billing. That's just how he
Correct.
rolls. That's just how he is. And poor Joel Embiid, who deserves top billing because that man right now is playing like a center, and he's being ruined. Oh, he's going to be ruined after the wonderful dishes in transition and and a couple of dimes a game that Harden throws to Embiid fails because Harden wants to shoot step back travels threes. I've seen this play out far too long. Yeah.
And they're coming.
I have seen this movie play out for the last 9 years. It has not changed yet. It's not going to change
Nor will
in
it
this
change.
year. No.
Nor
That is
will
what
it
I find
change.
the mostly unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. So for all of you that thought James Harden was the answer in Philadelphia, you thought the same about Ben Simmons. Your focal point should be, needs to be, Joel Embiid.
It must be Joel Embiid, without question.
Unfortunately, it ain't. And that's your fault. That's Snowman's take, and that's the man in charge of
Cole Sports.
That's our take. What's yours? A break, and then Zion Williamson. Paging Zion Williamson.
Oh no.
Stephen A said the league needs Zion.
They do?
Ha, 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 and ha. You fool.
They do? How?
I'm going to break all that down and in half
Oh
on
Lord.
a fiery Snowman's take when you all get back. This is Snowman in the Morning on the OnTap Podcast Network, Arena Sports Net, and Real Wise Radidio. Back in a flash.